Hi scientists, my name is Mariana and I'm with Scientific Adventures for Girls. One of my favorite types of scientists is an ornithologist. They're a type of scientist that studies birds. You can study birds anywhere, in your backyard, when you're walking, or even just looking outside your window. But something that's helpful that you can make to help you study birds is a bird feeder. In this video, I'll show you how to make 3 different types of bird feeders. Here are some of the materials that you'll need.
For the first type of bird feeder, you'll just need birdseed, peanut butter or a nut butter alternative, a toilet paper tube, string or ribbon, and a plate and a butter knife. For the second type of bird feeder, you'll need a skewer, string or ribbon, and a bird-friendly food such as apples without the seeds, oranges, grapes, or blueberries, some popcorn, unsalted and unbuttered, toasted oat cereal, and raisins. To make the last bird feeder, you'll need peanut butter or nut butter alternative, a piece of cardboard or strong paper plate, a butter knife, and string or ribbon. For the food, you can use either birdseed or bird-friendly food, such as apples without the seeds, oranges, grapes or blueberries, popcorn, unsalted and unbuttered, toasted oat cereal, or raisins.
If you do have birdseed, here's a way to make a very simple bird feeder. So first you can spread out your birdseed onto a plate like this, and then you're going to get your toilet paper tube and spread it with the peanut butter or nut butter that you have. Alright, there we go, and it's nice and spread evenly all the way to the edges, just a thin layer. So now you're very simply just going to roll your tube in the birdseed, which looks pretty cool. Make sure that it gets completely covered. You can also get a spoon to squish it down, or just get your fingers and cover up the parts that didn't get birdseed on. There we go. Looks pretty covered. And then you'll get your string or ribbon and just go through the paper tube and tie the end. And this bird feeder is ready to be hung outside. If you don't have birdseed, you can make another simple bird feeder just by using some simple food that you might already have in your house. I have some apples cut up into small chunks, and I also have an orange cut up into small chunks as well. If you also have grapes or small berries like blueberries, you can use those too. And then here's some popcorn. It's just plain popcorn, no salt or butter, just very simple, not from the microwave. And here's some toasted oats. And these are raisins that I soaked in water, so they're a little bit soft and easier for birds to eat. So you can start with a skewer and start putting whatever you want on your bird feeder. You can make a pattern too to try to make it look pretty. So I'll go ahead and start with an apple. And I like to start at the pointy end and just push all the way down, since it's easier to pierce things with the pointy end. Leave a little bit of room so you can tie your string on later. And let's see, I'll try to go with the popcorn next. Now the popcorn's really hard. If you poke it through, it might break apart, so we'll try. Ooh, that one actually went on pretty well. But if it doesn't, you can just put a little dab of peanut butter or a nut butter alternative and stick it on there, and then just stick the popcorn to it. So after popcorn, let's see, I'll do a raisin.
And now it's time to tie the string to each end of the skewer.
And there we go. This is ready to be hung outside. And again, if it looks like it's starting to rot and go bad, just take it down because we don't want to have our birds be eating rotten fruit. But hopefully they'll enjoy it when it's nice and fresh. For this last type of bird feeder, we'll make a simple plate bird feeder. So you just need a piece of cardboard. So I have this cardboard piece that has nice little holes in it. You can also use something like the lid of an egg carton, and this will be hanging and just have some food inside of it. So I'll show you on this one, and I'm going to poke holes in the corner so I can hang my ribbon and string from it first, because afterwards with all food on it, it'll be pretty messy and it'll be hard to get the string on. So to poke a hole, I just used a pencil and poked it right through, not too close to the edge or else it would rip. So I'll just do that in the other corners as well. There we go. And I'm going to use two pieces of ribbon and crisscross them. Right, there we go. So when this is done, it can be hung on a branch or on a hook outside. And now we're going to fill in the inside with some bird food. So to make it stick, I'm going to put some peanut butter or a nut butter alternative in each little hole. If you were using something like this, you could just spread it all on the bottom. So here's what the bird feeder looks like so far. I filled in most of the holes with peanut butter and then almond butter, and I left these two corners open because I decided I'm going to put in a little tray for water for the birds. So this is just a cutout bottom of a water bottle, and I'm going to tape it down. You could also just glue it down, and then I'll fill that with water before I hang this up. There we go. And now we're ready to start filling this with some either birdseed or birdseed alternative. I'll go ahead and do about half of these with birdseed since I have some. And I'm just going to sprinkle it into my cups. And press it down. There we go. And now I thought I would try using some of the birdseed alternatives. So I have my fruit, apples, and some oranges, some popcorn, some oat cereal, and soaked raisins. And again, if you have grapes or other berries like blueberries, you could try those as well. So I'll just put a few of these in each slot, and maybe the birds will enjoy them. And I don't know this, but I'll check back in a few days and then check what's missing. If most of the birdseed is gone and all of this is here, then I know the birds prefer the birdseed. I might also get some extra critters in my bird feeder, like maybe some squirrels, but I will just try my best to make some really good observations on my bird feeder. And there we go. This bird feeder is ready to be filled with water there and hung outside. After you hang up your bird feeder, you can start making observations. What kind of birds are attracted to your feeder? Do you notice more birds at your feeder at a certain time of day? If you made 2 different types of feeders, do you see different types of birds at each one? Make sure to record your observations by making a scientific journal. You can draw pictures of the birds that you see or just write down their description like their size and their color. Make sure to record their behavior as well. Are they alone or in a group with other birds? Are they mostly on the ground or perched somewhere high? Thanks so much for joining me, scientists, and I hope you have lots of fun observing your birds at your feeder.